Okay. So this is the Naruto Shippuden episode 404 review. 1010's Trouble.
Not found.
Whoop-de-doo! So, we start off with seeing the hidden rain village shinobi going off against some no-name team from the Hidden Leaf, who they quickly leave because the shinobi aren't up to their standards. So, and we see in a flashback that they were ordered by Conan to search and try and capture a Jinchuriki if they find one, but at the same time get any intel on other village shinobi's skills, especially the ones that are more, worthy of note. Elsewhere, we see Team Guy preparing for camp, and they're preparing to make dinner when Tenten walks off in a huff because Lee unintentionally insults her while complimenting her usefulness by saying that she's convenient. This causes Tenten to remember about Guy also doing this, complimenting her for the same thing as she wishes to have her own unique special technique. And then the next day, we see Team Guy encounter the Hidden Rain Ninjas team, and the Hidden Rain team decides that, even though they are good, the Guy's team is good, they're not going to fight them because their chakra is immense, like a Jinchuriki is supposed to be. But they force them into a fight because Neji's able to track them down with Byakugan. They battle each other, and then the Tenten and because the Hidden Rain Village is of 3 women. The main one, I guess, her name is Ajisai, who is the one that ends up becoming the Pain, the one female Pain. They end up falling through the ground into some ruins, and the 2 teams are forced to have a ceasefire so they can look for them. Tenten awakens to find her and herself trapped with the other girl, and she decides to take some water to the seemingly unconscious, female ninja, she's nice, but you see that she's not actually asleep, and that she has a ready to strike with her guard, because Tenten's guard is down, and that's the episode. Now, this episode, like I predicted last week, was boring. A 10-10 focused episode is boring. And it was, it's like, oh, don't like being called convenient when her power is convenient because she pulled out food for their dinner she kept the food for their dinner sealed in her scroll, and can keep like containers of water in her scrolls. Like, how is that not convenient? But she complains about that she's being called convenient. She's like, oh, my tools are convenient, but I'm not a convenient tool. All the while, she's being a tool.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what the whole episode is about. Oh, I'm not a convenient tool. I just have convenient tools. And I want my own unique jutsu. And a flashback with Guy. And it actually surprises me because they actually did not have Naruto in this episode. Through some random, oh, I remember Naruto. No, but on the other hand, during the flashback with Guy, when you see them 2 training by trying to increase their chakra through strength training, which they do so by cliff climbing, Kakashi shows up, who's also cliff climbing, but with the one hand tied behind his back, which causes Guy Sensei to go into a contest mode with him, which is funny, which is funny, and so that's pretty much it. I mean, then it was okay, and the preview for next week's episode only seems a little better because it's 1010 and this other ninja working their way through the maze that is this underground ruins and to try and get out. So it might seem a little more interesting, but I am hoping that that's the last um, episode focusing on Team Guy because we need to move on from Team Guy now. However, the episode title after that is called My Own Place, and that still sounds like it could be 1010, but optimistically, it could also be referring to Sakura. Because after that, it's the episode 407 is entitled "The Yamanaka Clan Secret Ninjutsu." So we're definitely at least by maybe not next week or the week after, but definitely the week after that, April 9th, we're getting to Sakura's team, which is pretty much the main reason why I wanted to watch this arc. Was their team.
Yeah.
But I hope this doesn't last too much because this filler arc started. What was it? January 8th was the first episode of this filler arc, and we're now, we're almost 3 months into this filler arc, and still doesn't seem like it's going to end soon. Like, it looks like it's trying to extend this filler arc maybe even into May, maybe to the end of May even. Who knows? Which is stupid because they still have a lot of chapters left to cover in the canon. Unless, the only thing I can see now is that they're trying to somehow extend the series long enough so that way it ends. Maybe they want to end the anime series on the same day, around the same time as the 1 year anniversary of the end of the manga or something. Which could seem very real because, it's based on where they should I say, in the canon. There's still too much left because, like I said, they left off with Naruto, the episode where Naruto and was lost whatchamacallit.
Yeah, he lost Kurama.
He lost Kurama, and
they show the
Sasuke
too. Yeah,
and Sasuke was put to bed too. So they're both were on death's door. So it's like, okay, what the hell? So it's like, why would you? I guess if they were going to try and put in a filler arc that's a flashback filler arc, I guess that makes sense to put it there. But still, like, why?
Right.
Why extend it when you don't need to? Especially if you're going to make this filler arc this long. Because it's just not necessary. It's absolutely not necessary.
Yeah, I know. It is interesting how you mentioned about Tenten though, because her character is basically degraded into I have PMS all the time. Like even in Naruto SD, she's basically a hard ass pretty much all the time.
Alright, well the last canon episode, which was episode 393, adapted chapters 660, 661, and 662 as a part of stuff from that was pulled together. So that means that when we get back, they're going to start with the canon stuff of 663. That means they have 38 chapters worth of content.
That's not too much longer, actually.
Yes, but they were going. They only pulled certain pieces from those chapters because it's if they stick with because at that time they were doing like leading up into the filler. They switched from their previous like before like they were doing one um episode or sorry not one episode but they were doing like one or two chapters like they were doing a bunch of one chapter per episodes and then they did that whole Hanabi filler in honor of the movie and then they did like a couple of uh like one or two episodes of two chapter and then they did the last one was three chapters prior to the filler. So it's like we need to move on. Like I hope when they come back they switch to three. They stick with that three chapters an episode because that was good pacing for the Naruto. And if they have 38 chapters left worth of content left, that means 38 divided by 3. That's about what?
13 basically.
13, 14 episodes. And most likely they're going to break that tradition when they get to the Sasuke
stuff.
The ending fight, the Sasuke stuff at the end. Mm-hmm. Because that has a lot of meaning behind it, and I can see them making an entire episode out of each of those parts.
Oh, they will. Flashback after flashback after flashback after flashback.
Or extended fights.
Yeah.
As well as flashback after flashback after flashback after flashback.
Oh, you know it's coming.
You know what it is. Flashback, flashback, flashback. That was horrible.
Flashing back and flashing back and flashing back.
Yeah. So that was my thoughts. I mean, it was It was a 10-10 episode, so